projectors are a great way to get a big screen home theater experience in your house without sacrificing a lot of space or spending a lot of money. Robert had the pleasure of checking out one such projector. Pretty much the first sub 1000 projector, 1080p sub 1000, Optoma's HD20. He's been hands-on with it. What do you think?
You're not going to find a better value for a full 1080p front projector around. I mean, if you need to save money, the $999 price point, list price for this projector, I think I've seen it for maybe $100 less if you shop around. That's really the big selling point here. You get a bright single chip DLP projector, 1080p resolution. They claim about 1700 ANSI lumens. That's about middle of the park. It's not the super bright projectors, but it's going to be a lot brighter than other projectors I've used in the past. Especially I had a DVD player built into a projector one time, and this is about 50% brighter than that. So I still say you're not going to be able to use it in a brightly lit room, but still good light for a 6.4 pound projector.
Are any projectors out there capable of doing the deed in a brightly lit room, or you need to be able to pull the curtains?
You can if you spend the money, and we're talking 5 figures usually for those projectors, because you're talking usually about like a 4,000 watt bulb. And
wow.
Expensive. The bulbs can be $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, let alone a projector that costs $999 with a $200 bulb. So that's really the limitation here. It provides HDMI input, 2 of them actually, so if you have multiple sources, that's easy there. Also, component and VGA inputs as well.
Oh, nice.
Calibration setup, it included white balance controls, which is really what you're looking for something like this. So you can adjust the white point to make sure it's a neutral gray rather than something tinged a little red or blue. They're claiming 3,000 to 4,000 hours on the bulb with the lamp assembly. Good. Not bad at all. Under typical usage, if you crank up the brightness, it's like a high bright and a low bright mode for this projector. If you use the high bright mode, you're going to get less hours than if you take your time with it. Anyway, performance-wise, I will say that one of the other limitations of a projector like this is overall black level. How black is black going to look on the screen? If you've got a brand new LCD panel and you're admiring how deep and dark and luscious blacks are in that kind of a picture, you'll be mildly disappointed with this projector in that sense because, well, you're sacrificing some of that. It doesn't offer anything like an auto iris feature that can automatically gate down when it's a dark scene. So, you know, if you did a side-by-side comparison, you would see that your LCD and your plasma TVs would probably give you more contrast than you'd get out of this. It is a single-chip DLP system, meaning that it uses a spinning color wheel. It is a 6-segment color wheel that runs at 4x speeds. That's a lot better than some of the 2x speed wheels that you'll see from the business class projectors that are super tiny. The 4x speed minimizes an artifact called rainbowing that you can see sometimes in highly contrasted material with DLP and the spinning color wheel. If you blink sometimes, or you move your hand in front of your face at the right moment, or you move your head too much looking around, you'll see a breakup, a rainbow artifact breakup on the screen.
Are you going to find
the 4x speed helps?
Are you going to find multiple chip DLPs and more expensive?
They're usually $10,000 on up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's usually a 5.
So we're talking about a lot more money.
Definitely. There are other projectors to consider, like 3. If you're if you're more of a cinephile and you want that cinema experience with perhaps better performance, 3-chip LCD projectors start at around $2,000. Okay. So it's when you get to the DLP side, for whatever reason, they don't seem to have a 3-chip DLP in the same price points. They have the 3-chip LCD projectors. And also, if you're looking for a projector that'll do like 120 hertz function to minimize judder artifacts in film content, this doesn't offer that, but it's $999, and that's really the bottom line there. It's an excellent value for a full 1080p front projector. I will say too, compared to some of the more expensive projectors as well, you'll get a slightly sharper picture due to better optics on those more expensive projectors. But I'm talking 2 or 3 times more money you're going to have to spend to really get above what you're getting out of this.
I mean, 2 years ago, a 1080p projector was like 5,000 plus, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If that low.
That was like when they first introduced, they were in the upper end. It was 5-digit projectors for that kind of coin. And now we're moving down to that price point. They used to have a 720p version of this for the same $1,000. Now they got a 1080p part in here doing for that same price point. This is also, you got to keep in mind too, there is no audio system with a projector like this. So if you just keep in mind, you're going to have to deliver your audio somehow to enjoy that experience. So if you want to just use it with a game console, you're going to need some kind of speaker tech. Actually, I've been meaning to look too.
Blu-ray into your receiver, the video signal goes here, then you hook up your. So I'm sensing a thumbs up on this.
Oh, it's awesome. I just don't know of anything better for that price point. That's the thing. If you want a projector that, you know what, it's not a priceless object. It's $1,000, but it's not like a $5,000 home theater projector. And you want it just for quick and dirty projection or a good setup in your home theater room. And you don't want to spend a lot of money. It's a good option to check out.
So pretty much it is the deal at the price point.
I love it. I want one.
So,
I really do.
sometime in the he does want one. Sometime in the next couple of weeks, we're going to talk about screen options for a projector, how to make a projector look its best. Because I was obsessing over the sizes earlier, but it's like it's a little different from setting up a flat panel or even a rear projection HD TV. You got to put some thought into it. You got to think about a screen. We're going to talk about that in the next couple of weeks. And we got to go thank another sponsor.
Let's do it.
GoDaddy, GoDaddy.com. I've been buying my domains from GoDaddy.com for years. GoDaddy wants you to know that you can keep your personal information away from spammers, hackers, and that psychotic ex-roommate you left behind in Jersey. You can do it using private domain registration. Basically, it protects your privacy by keeping your address, your phone number, and all that other stuff that shows up in a Whois look out of the public database. Use code HDN12. You're going to score $10 off any order of $40 or more at GoDaddy. It doesn't matter if you're talking hosting, domains, private domain registration. Use that code HDN12. You're going to score $10 off any order of $40 or more. And do yourself a favor. If you're looking for a slightly different deal, or maybe you don't want to spend $40, check out revision3.com/GoDaddy. You're going to find a whole slew of HDH and GoDaddy deals and codes to get you a great deal and also help keep us on the air.
One additional item I didn't show off was the remote that comes with the Optoma HD20. Get a load of how bright that backlight is. That is seriously, in a dark room, that was a blindingly blue light, but I do appreciate it being as backlit as it is. So
Backlight's nice.
it is.
Backlit and blinding's a little disturbing.
Blinding.
So if you were going to step up, like $1,000 for the Optoma HD20, if you're going to step up, what's the next sort of price point we're going to hit? What's your next ideal projector?
Two of them come to mind. Panasonic has their 4000 series projector. That's a 3 LCD projector for about $2,000. You can find it $2,100. And Epson has their 8500 UB, the ultra black. That supposedly has excellent contrast performance, and that's about $2,300. And both of those projectors include that horizontal and vertical lens shifting I was talking about. So it makes placement a little bit easier. The zoom is a little more effective, so you have a wider range of distances you could set the projector at. I mean, ideally for any projector, you want to have it with the zoom all the way open for the most light output, but having a zoom is nice just to be able to custom fit something if you're limited in terms of where you can place the projector.
To get your zoom on?
Get your zoom on, but not unless you have to. Ideally, you wouldn't. Move that projector to the sweet spot, just let it go.
Ideally, you build your room around the projection environment.
Exactly.
Yes.
Budget permitting.